I've practiced internal medicine for nearly 45 years. You might call me old-fashioned, perhaps even harsh, but after decades of treating aging patients, I'm done sugarcoating the truth. Let me be clear. After the age of 65, your immune system does not age gracefully. It deteriorates silently, relentlessly, without fanfare. Too many people assume they're healthy just because nothing dramatic happens overnight. But here's the brutal truth. Immune decline doesn't shout, it whispers, and ignoring those whispers has dire consequences. In my career, I've seen vibrant seniors ignore subtle signs until it was too late. It's not just tragic, it's preventable. Listen carefully. What follows could save your life or the life of someone you care about. Warning sign number 1, increased frequency of minor infections. Patient story, Mrs. Harper, 67. Mrs. Harper had always been vibrant. At 67, she took pride in rarely seeing a doctor. But last winter, she caught 3 consecutive colds, one blending seamlessly into another. Each seemed minor, just sniffles and sore throats, but each lasted weeks. When she finally came to see me, she shrugged, embarrassed. I thought I was just unlucky this year. She wasn't unlucky. Her body was sounding alarms. Scientific explanation. After 65, your immune system produces fewer white blood cells and antibodies. Minor infections become frequent because your weakened immunity struggles to respond swiftly. Repeated minor illnesses aren't harmless. They're red flags of deeper immune dysfunction. Dr. Ellis's reflection. I see too many like Mrs. Harper mistaking frequent illnesses for coincidence. Don't mistake repetition for bad luck. It's your body telling you something critical. Listen now or regret later. If you've ever shrugged off frequent colds or minor infections, stop and think. Your body may be whispering louder than you realize. Hit the like button if you want to stay informed. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving wisdom. Warning sign number 2, slower wound healing. Patient story, Mr. Bradford, 71. Mr. Bradford, a retired engineer, spent his days tending his prized vegetable garden. One afternoon, he nicked his finger pruning tomato vines, nothing serious, just a shallow cut. Normally, a bandage and antiseptic would have been enough. But weeks later, the wound was still raw, edges pale and stubbornly open. Infection had crept in quietly, unnoticed until redness, swelling, and a low fever forced him to seek help. He brushed it off as just bad luck. But a closer examination revealed early cellulitis, a bacterial invasion that left untreated could have become life-threatening. Scientific explanation. As we age, our body's ability to regenerate skin tissue diminishes. After 65, the inflammatory response slows, white blood cells mobilize more sluggishly, and skin elasticity weakens. Minor injuries become silent opportunities for bacteria to invade. Without prompt healing, the immune system fights a harder, longer battle against simple wounds, giving infections the upper hand. Dr. Ellis's reflection. Mr. Bradford's stubbornness nearly cost him dearly. Slow healing isn't a minor nuisance. It's your body flashing red lights. Treat every lingering wound like a serious threat. Your immune system won't give you a second warning. Warning sign number 3, fatigue after mild illnesses. Patient story, Mrs. Zhao, 69. Mrs. Zhao caught what she thought was a mild flu, just a slight fever, body aches, and a few restless nights. She recovered quickly, or so she believed. But as the weeks passed, she remained exhausted. Grocery shopping drained her. Conversations left her breathless. Small walks became overwhelming. She waited, hoping time would restore her strength. Instead, the fatigue deepened, wrapping around her daily life like a quiet weight. By the time she sought help, pneumonia had silently developed, taking root in her weakened defenses. Scientific explanation. Persistent fatigue after mild illness often signals immune system dysfunction. Aging slows T-cell recovery, keeping inflammatory cytokines elevated far longer than normal. Emerging research also points to age-related mitochondrial decline, our cells' energy factories weakening, compounding the exhaustion after even minor infections. Fatigue isn't just getting older. It's the body's exhausted immune system whispering for help. Dr. Ellis's reflection. Mrs. Zhao's story is tragically common. Ignoring post-illness fatigue is not resilience, it's risky blindness. Your body begs for care, not endurance. Dismiss exhaustion, and you quietly invite deeper illness to your doorstep. If you've ever felt unusually drained after a simple illness, don't brush it off. Your body might be whispering something critical. Hit like if you want to stay ahead of silent health threats, subscribe for more life-saving insights, and share your story in the comments. Your voice could help someone else wake up in time. Warning sign number 4, lingering coughs and colds. Patient story, Mr. Carmichael, 73. Mr. Carmichael dismissed his persistent cough as a winter thing. He had always prided himself on pushing through minor discomforts. "I'm tough," he would say with a wink. But winter ended, and the cough remained nagging, dry, and quietly worsening. When he finally came to my office months later, an X-ray revealed early-stage pneumonia silently building inside his lungs. Scientific explanation. After 65, immune defenses against respiratory viruses weaken significantly, antibody production declines, and mucosal immunity, the body's first line of defense, grows thinner. Minor infections can linger, colonizing the lungs and becoming life-threatening without loud symptoms. Dr. Ellis's reflection. Mr. Carmichael's story is a brutal reminder. Ignoring a lingering cough isn't stoicism, it's dangerous denial. What seems minor could quietly dismantle your health from within. Warning sign number 5, unexplained low-grade fevers. Patient story, Mrs. Bennett, 68. Mrs. Bennett occasionally noticed feeling a little warm in the evenings, barely enough to register concern. A slight flush in her cheeks, a vague sense of fatigue, easily brushed off. She didn't own a thermometer. She didn't think she needed one. Months later, routine blood work revealed something sinister, a chronic kidney infection quietly advancing, draining her strength unnoticed. What she mistook for harmless warmth was her body waging a silent war. Scientific explanation. In older adults, immune responses to infection grow muted. Instead of dramatic fevers, the body may only generate slight temperature elevations, easily missed without careful monitoring. These low-grade signals often precede serious underlying infections, renal, pulmonary, or even bloodstream infections. Dr. Ellis's reflection. Mrs. Bennett's subtle fevers were her body's alarm bells, muted but insistent. Ignoring such signs is not harmless, it's reckless. After 65, even the smallest fever deserves full attention. Your life may depend on it. Final reflection, Dr. Ellis's wake-up call. Listen carefully. Aging isn't kind to your immune system. It doesn't politely ask for your attention. It demands it quietly, persistently, and often without drama. Each of the signs I've shared today may seem insignificant when isolated. A lingering cough, persistent fatigue, a wound that won't heal, a small fever easily dismissed. But together, they form a chilling portrait of vulnerability. You might think you're fine because you haven't yet faced a catastrophe. But let me make this clear. When disaster finally strikes, it almost never comes without early whispers. Your best defense is simple awareness. Your greatest enemy is denial. Small changes aren't meaningless. They're urgent messages. Investigate early. Act swiftly. Preventive care after 65 isn't just wise, it's a survival strategy. Ignoring whispers isn't resilience, it's recklessness. Respect your body's quiet warnings. Respect the fragile strength you still possess. And most of all, respect the precious time you've been gifted. You deserve nothing less than vigilant care and intentional living. Your life, your future, your dignity, they're worth every ounce of attention. Choose wisely. Start today. If this message woke something inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit like to honor the quiet wisdom of your body. Subscribe for more life-saving insights every week. And share this video with someone you care about, because awareness isn't just personal, it's powerful. Together, we protect what matters most: our lives, our dignity, our future.